Hi, this is Courtney and Tanisha, and we're doing Rye and recaps about the season 3 of Insecure. We just watched the first episode, which was Better Like.
Yes, so I'm Courtney and she's Tanisha.
Obviously.
And the show's called Rye and Recaps. No, it's not. It's called Rye and Reviews.
Oh,
Because we're not actually going to recap the episode for you, but we will review it. Also, as part of our weekly schedule, or as frequently as we put the show together, we plan to have a drink, a signature drink that's a rye-based drink every week. This week we don't have a rye-based drink because our executive producer of libations forgot to get the whiskey, but we are enjoying some wine. So let's talk about the episode. What'd you think?
so I thought it was a good episode. I'm actually kind of surprised because it seemed subdued. I think some shows feel like they have to come back with a bang, so to speak. But I felt like it was a good episode and it covered a lot.
It was a good episode, I agree. And it did just get us right back into it as if we never left them. They skipped over some small parts of the story, like Issa got taken out of the field, Molly got a new job, things that we knew were going on, but they didn't have to explain it to us. We just accepted it how it was after they started talking about it, like we've been with them this entire time. We had discussed this prior to coming on camera, and we both think that the episode was about boundaries. Either setting boundaries or trying to overcome or overstep your boundaries. And basically for me, I saw that Molly was setting boundaries. I think it was very clear throughout the entire episode. She was setting boundaries with her new job, and she was setting boundaries with her new relationship with Dro, which Dro didn't seem like he could handle very well, actually.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Molly, in order to get more control over her both professional and personal life, she's trying to set boundaries. She's trying to make sure that she has control in all aspects. And the fact that she was negotiating her contract with her new job instead of just accepting whatever they were offering her. And the fact that even though you can tell she really likes Dro, she was willing to just basically say to him, look, like, this is the kind of relationship we're going to have, or we're not going to have a relationship. So she's definitely trying to come into her own. But yeah, Dro was very interesting in this episode, I thought.
Well, I think what we saw was Dro has always had a feeling for Molly, and now that he's got this relationship with her, he thinks that this is his new thing. Like, this is his new relationship. He's finally gotten what he wants. And he's even taken it to the point where he doesn't understand why there needs to be a boundary. And, you know, they grew up together, and I'm pretty sure he's probably always felt this way about her. And now he's getting what he wants, and he doesn't like the fact that she's pushing back. Like, listen, we're either going to fuck or we're going to be friends.
Right.
That's it. It's not going to be we're going out on dates, and then as soon as your hand's inside of me, like we saw in season 2, and your wife calls, you all of a sudden got to go, and I get room service.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we know a little bit more about his relationship with his wife from this episode. We know that she knows about the relationship with Molly, but I'm still interested to see the dynamic of their relationship, because I'm like, is he this possessive with his wife, or is it just Molly? Because he really seemed to turn up this episode, so I'm like, is he like this in his marriage, or is it just because it's Molly? And she's technically, I guess, even though they're in an open relationship, she's a side chick. So I really do wonder if his relationship with Molly is that much different from his marriage, but I guess we won't know. I don't know if they'll ever explore that, but I would be really interested to see.
Right, because he was not about to give that key back.
Right.
But now moving on to, I guess, the main dish in the episode, and that's Issa. And Issa is basically still losing at life. In this episode, like, her job's fucked up, her relationship is fucked up, her friendships are fucked up. I mean, the very first scene, so she's driving Lyft, apparently her bank account's fucked up, and someone pukes in the back of her car.
Well, even before that, the very first scene was a back shot of Daniel getting it in with some random girl, and her sleeping on his couch listening to the whole thing. So yeah, I mean, yes, she should be lucky that she has a place to live at all, but at the same time, she has to live on someone's couch and listen to them have pretty intense sex all the while.
And that really threw me because, you know, everyone has seen the interview she gave where she was like, you know, Lawrence is going to be out of the picture, and there was no Lawrence in this episode, so stay true to that. But it kind of gave you the, you know, the feeling that Daniel was going to go ahead and get a center role. We were going to go forward with this relationship, and clearly we're not. Daniel's doing him. Issa's a couch guest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, people assume that they would sort of get back together, pick up where they left off, but their last scene together was it wasn't even a scene, it was a fight over the phone about that whole blowjob incident. And so it seems like they haven't really moved past that. They haven't really fully repaired their relationship, and they're still kind of, I guess, unsure where they are I guess they're friends, but obviously they both still have feelings for each other based on this episode, so.
But this gets me to where our big disagreement is. Issa's kind of reaping what she sowed. She went from cursing him out because of the incident, and then when she needed somewhere to stay and she didn't want to stay with her brother and she didn't want to move in with Molly, she calls Daniel because she knows Daniel will be there for her, and she thinks that, oh, okay, I'm going to call him, I'm going to be cute, I'm going to say, oh, I'm sleeping on the couch, and he's like, I know. And you think that that's a playful way to end the episode, but he really meant that shit. Like, I know, because old girl's going to be over here and we got business, and you're not a part of that.
Yeah, I feel like, and I said this the last episode, like, this is going to be a terrible idea, especially for someone you still have feelings for and you guys aren't on the same page. And now, yeah, I agree. Like, if she really still has feelings for Daniel and they're not in the same place, then he might sleep with other girls. I just thought it was a terrible idea.
Well, like I said, I mean, at no point in any of the seasons has Issa sat back and said, you know what, this action has gotten me to this result and I need to own up for it. And now there's somebody finally who said, okay, well.
Yeah, and I mean, and to be fair to Daniel, I feel like, I don't think he's a complete innocent in this scenario, but on the other hand, I also feel like she has taken him on so many back and forths, like stepping out on her relationship, then they doing this like fuck buddy scenario, then they're not. I don't know, I feel like he sort of feels like he doesn't know how serious she is, and so he can't really take her seriously. He has feelings for her, yes, and obviously he's being very generous to her right now, but yeah, I kind of feel for him, like, every other week the situation between them is different. So for him, he's just like, I don't know where she is, and so I don't really feel like I need to, I guess, take care of her feelings, and clearly he didn't.
He gave her a chance. He came to her point blank and said, what are we doing here? And she made some joke about, you're close to work. I would have been like, girl, bye. So.
But this reinforces the point, like, you don't need to be living with a dude you have feelings for after a major breakup. Like, this is a terrible idea. This just reinforces that point. Like, this is terrible.
A bad idea. I think another bad idea is for her to stay at her job. I mean, if you watch the YouTube show Awkward Black Girl, you saw that this supervisor that she has here is kind of a take on the first supervisor. It's, a white lady who's trying to, I guess, diversify her staff, and she's doing an absolutely poor job. Insecure takes it a step further because they're actually going into diverse communities to help out diverse students at the school, and it's a bunch of white people who clearly don't know what diversity looked like. And now we've gotten to the core of the reason why We Got Y'all ain't working, and it's because the schools just see, like, y'all got one black person on staff and y'all are coming in talking about diversity. You're not teaching our kids anything about their culture, and basically it's racist. And you know what? I think what Issa did showed a lot of commitment to We Got Y'all, and I think it actually showed that she was serious about making sure that the program was in the schools. I think it was selfish. She did it because, she's trying to find a way back out in the field. But nevertheless, it was good information for them to have. And yet, because she's overstepped her boundaries so many times at work, her boss just shut her down. And I'm interested to see where that goes. I think that it's probably time for her to leave that job. But
yeah, I mean, I feel like, and I really like the fact that they use her professional life to speak to, I guess, larger issues. Like, so last season, it was a situation with her and not addressing the fact that the black, I think he was a vice principal, he was being racist against the Hispanic students. And so this season, the focus is going to be on, like, the success of this organization is basically is going downhill because they don't have a diverse staff. And so I like the fact that they're addressing those issues, and the fact that for a lot of these nonprofits who have majority white staff, what are the implications of that, and are they really able to serve their communities if they're not diverse? So I like the fact that they're addressing that here. And yeah, I feel like even from the first season, apparently Issa had complaints about this job, and probably because of these issues. So I feel like this is going to be the make or break time for her. Like, you can't grow professionally in an environment like this. At least I don't see it happening. So she's going to have to figure out, like, does she really want to stay with this organization, or is she going to move on? So this is a place where she's going to have to exceed some boundaries, and she tried to in this episode, at least, and she was shut down. So I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah, but so basically those are the thoughts we've had on the episode. Kind of excited to see where it goes. Like you said, it was kind of a slow start, but it was a lot to chew on there. I think we spent 20 minutes talking about our thoughts on the episode. I think what out of the episode 1, what's going to be the biggest story immediately, Dro is going to be super jealous, and Candace is going to start feeling some type of way. I think it's going to play back on her, but we'll see. And any last thoughts?
I mean, I guess we could get into like the random subplots in the show, which was definitely the Uber fight, which was unexpected. I did not expect it to happen. I mean, I guess you could kind of see it happening, but that was unexpected.
Was that a subplot, or was that just a good chuckle?
That was a good chuckle. I don't know, but I've never had that happen in one of the Ubers I've been in, or Lyfts for that matter.
It was a party lift.
Is that really a thing?
I don't know. I don't take Lyft.
Okay.
But it was a party lift. He was partying. Like, turn up.
No, you don't just turn up in somebody's car.
You turn up if they say it's a party lift?
No.
Oh, well.
I feel like, yeah, he was exceeding a boundary there. Dude in Lyft, he was exceeding a boundary.
But he won't do it again.
I bet he won't.
Anyways, so for this episode, I'm Courtney. This is Tanisha. You've been watching Ryan Reviews. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If so, please subscribe, like our channel, and share. And we will see you next week with episode 2 of season 3, Insecure.
Bye, guys.
Bye.